When we need to prepare for a competitive event, our go-to company is the Army Painter.
Thanks to their complete range of paints, spray cans, and gaming tools, we're able to complete our new armies and units in no time.
When we need to elevate the quality of our models and terrain, the Army Painter is always our first choice.
You may not know this, but the Army Painter has sponsored more competitive events than any other hobby company.
Tournament and wargaming is in their DNA.
Visit thearmypainter.com to learn more about their amazing products.
And use promo code AWPaints for a 5% discount from your Army Painter purchases.
What are you waiting for? Discover the best way to prepare your models for events with the Army Painter today.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another super exciting Art of War preview. Today we're talking about my favorite faction of all time lately, Sisters of Battle. That's right, the Adepta Sororitas have two different preview detachments out right now. Basically, we're looking at the Burn Everything detachment or the Combat detachment. And I love this. I love that they are absolutely giving us two very distinct playstyles, totally different from our Index detachment. And not only that, but they're super powerful. So we're going to react to these really exciting rules over here. Let's get right on into it. And go ahead and answer, folks. Are you a burn everybody kind of sister, or are you a penitent zealot? Answer below in the comment section and let us know what you're thinking. Let me see if I can do the thing. I believe in myself. It might be too much. No, it's too much power. I can't do the thing. Never mind, folks. That's okay. We're just going to review the rules. Okay. Bringers of Flame. Subscribe for my failures. They basically get assault on all of their shooting attacks. So they can advance and shoot, advance in action, no problem. And get +1 strength if their attack was in 12. Now let me talk to you about this real quick, because we've got multi-meltas who are just strength 9. They're just strength 9 multi-meltas, and they're begging to become strength 10. And they are. They now are strength 10. That's absolutely amazing. This is the fervent purgation. They're totally annihilating you by bringing the flame. I love it. +1 strength, advance and shoot. This is just really, really, really strong. And this is just super, super good. Love it. We'll see how they couple this up with. But this is a great... It tells you what to take. You take the good shooting units, and then you just move up and you get close and you shoot them. This is kind of like, they even wrote it here, salamanders, very similar to the Firestorm detachment that Space Marines have, but it's even more fitting in Sisters somehow. Let's see. We've got Fire and Fury, which of course allows us to add one to the attack characteristic of torrent weapons made by battles in the unit, and other ranged weapons get sustained hits, which is functionally +1 to hit. So basically, if you can take like a nice unit of like Retributors, give them all flamers, or a big unit of Seraphim, 10 Seraphim with 8 hand flamers, give them +1 strength and advance and shoot from your detachment over here, Bringers of Flame, and of course then couple it up with an extra shot. So an extra 8 shots on your Seraphim, an extra 4 shots on your Retributors, or just giving sustained hits on your Retributors with multi-meltas is really nice, because you can just be like, ooh, miracle dice, double 6s, I hit you so much, which is awesome. This is an enhancement, so it's not... This is going to be an enhancement you're probably taking based on points pending, of course, but this is another great one. Righteous Blows is a battle tactic stratagem. It's used in the fight phase. It's also for Bringers of Flame. And then, until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit had the lethal hits ability. So Triumph right now has a lethal hits aura of 6 inches, but one of the challenges I find is if you have like a 10 girl Zephyr squad and you like rapid ingress it and you send it off on a flank or something like that, Triumph is not going to be able to keep up with that. There's just no being lethal hits. And also a detachment like this one doesn't really want to be lethal hits in melee. It wants to be getting 2 miracle dice when I die, using 2 miracle dice for my shots, pretty much those two. So getting lethal hits as a 1 CP, just do it, is a great way to get the effect of Triumph without having to necessarily be in that aura range. I love this. Sisters are strength 3. They just are. And lethal hits helps you a lot. And also, fun fact, if you kill a model, not a unit, a model with one of your units that uses stratagem, the enemy has to take a battle shock test. Now that's not normally going to be super impactful. It can be a nice swing at the end of your turn to like get an objective for a primary swing or something, or a secondary swing. But it's really nice if your opponent charges into you, right? And somehow you survive this and you get to attack with them and you fight back and you kill a model, and they're trying to take your objective. They fail that battle shock. They're not taking that objective. That's a nice little tech piece there as well. Onward and forward. Penitent Host. This is the combat detachment. I'm so excited. You can see an Arco-Flagellum right here, Penitent Engine right there. I mean, you just know. You know this is going to be the pain train. So we've got Desperate for Redemption, which is their detachment rule. At the start of the battle round, select one of the following vows of atonement to be active for your army until the start of the next battle round. You can select each vow of atonement once per battle. So this is really awesome. You can basically choose of one of these vows, kind of like Gladius chooses which formation they want to fight in the Space Marine detachment. So your first option is add 3 to the move characteristic of Penitent models for your army. Based on this picture, I can only assume that Arco-Flagellants are Penitents, and of course Penitent Engines are probably Penitents. You might see things like Repentia being Penitent Engines. You might see things like Mortifiers being, not Penitent Engines, but Penitent keyword units. So Mortifiers, Arco-Flagellants, Repentia, Penitent Engines, maybe like the Preacher character type stuff. I doubt you'll get much more than that, but you never know. Like maybe Zephyr will be Penitent. They would love this stuff. So +3 move on your army is awesome, but only the Penitent models. So it doesn't really buff much like an Immolator, I assume, of course. Absolution in Battle is the next one. Each time a unit from your army is selected to fight, if that unit has made a charge move this turn until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks and strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped by Penitent models in the unit. You know what I hate? I hate when my Strength 5 Arco-Flagellants bounce off Toughness 10. And you know what I love? I love when my Strength 6 Arco-Flagellants with Twin Linked don't bounce off Toughness 10. This is going to be awesome. Strength 6 on your Zephyrim when they charge in. Good stuff all around. Again, Sisters are Strength 3. Anything that helps. And +1 attack is an amazing rule. It's just great. It's just great. I love that. The fact that you're probably taking this on, Repentia, Arcos, that kind of stuff doesn't. Repentia love +1 attack. They really do. And they're not going to complain about +1 strength. Arcos love +1 strength, and they're not going to complain about +1 attack. In the go turn, you're picking this one. I can definitely see a world where you stage with +3 move, charge with +1 strength and attack. And let's read this last one. Death before disgrace. Each time a Penitent model from your army is destroyed by a melee attack, if that model has not fought this phase, roll a d6. On a 2+, do not remove it from play. Instead, the destroyed model can fight after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks. Did I just read that right? Fight on death on a 2+? For Arco-Flagellants and Repentia and Penitent Engines and who knows what else. Fight on death on a 2+? Screw you, World Eaters. Screw you, Green Tide. I'm the combat army now. Holy crap, Bloody Rose is back. Oh my god, I thought Suffering Sacrifice was a good rule to fight off combat armies. We just fight on death on a 2+. Who needs to tell you where you can allocate your attacks and when I can just kill you? I can just kill you in my turn, and then I can kill you in your turn. What am I reading right now? Oh my god, 30 Arcos, 27 Repentia, let's go! Put him in 6 Rhinos and go! Holy crap, that is insane. This is one stellar detachment. I mean, it only works on a select few of your units, like the Repentia, the Arcos, the Penitent Engines, whatever else they decide to toss the Penitent keyword onto. But these rules are insanity. You can build your army around this stuff. This is nuts. If you like Combat Sisters, I mean, look at that. Repentia, Mortifier, Penitents, Arco Horde. Like it's telling you what you should take in this detachment. It really is. Okay, so then we've got our stratagems. So Passion of the Penitent is used in the fight phase, 1 CP. 1 Penitent unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time the Penitent model makes a melee attack, a successful hit roll of 5 scores a critical hit. Do you folks know what Arco-Flagellants do? They have lethal and sustained 5s when they're fighting near the Triumph. What? What am I reading? +1 attack, +1 strength, lethal sustained 5s. I play CSM. I have access to lethal sustained 5s. And it is detachment defining in terms of how good it is. And you're telling me that that's just a strat I can slam like a button over and over on top, a +1 strength and attack, fight on death 2+ or +3 move? What am I reading? Darren Kelly, thank you so much for becoming a Bronze Warrior member. Can you tell me what I'm reading? Because I think this is insanity. What is happening right now? Sisters! I thought the advancing and shooting thing was cool. It's like, yeah, this is a good detachment. I don't care anymore. This is absolutely bonkers. What are we doing, folks? We're murdering people with Bloody Rose because Bloody Rose is back in the form of Penitent Host. And then, of course, Army of Faith. I did misspeak earlier. There's not one, not two, but 3 detachments in this one. And you know I love my fly girls. You know I love my jumpy jumpies. And that's what this detachment seems to be all about. Look at these fly girls. Let's see what these rules are. Army of Faith, Sacred Rites. This is their detachment ability. Each Adepta Sororitas unit from your army can perform up to 2 acts of faith per phase instead of just 1. That's awesome. That's a great rule. I take that most of the time for Triumph. Now, I will say it's a little redundant because Triumph lets you do that. Maybe she doesn't. Who knows if their data sheet changed, but I'm going to assume that the data sheets are largely the same. It lets Triumph do other things. It also allows you to build lists without Triumph. Now, she's amazing, and I don't know why you want to skip her. This is not as powerful as the Penitent Host, although it affects everybody. And it's not as powerful as advancing and shooting and +1 strength, although it affects everybody. And for those of you who play with Acts of Faith playsisters, know how powerful using 2 Acts of Faith in a phase is. It's a great rule. It's a great rule. So I can't complain about it. And it allows you to do this stuff without being near Triumph. And I imagine an Army of Faith, as the detachment is called, will probably have a lot of ways to generate miracle dice or use miracle dice that maybe they're not shown here or whatever, which could then allow you to, make actual use of all of your miracle dice. Use 2 per phase, 2 per phase. Maybe you can modify them in some capacity. We shall see. Let's see what they got. So we got the Blade of St. Eleanor, which is really interesting because the Blade of St. Eleanor actually exists as a relic today in the Hallowed Martyrs, the Index detachment, which I expect will still exist. Maybe this is just the Hallowed Martyrs reworked. We shall find out. Adepta Sororitas model army improved the strength and AP of the bearer's melee weapons by 1. Strength and AP, which is different to what it is right now. It's strength and attacks right now. Those weapons have precision. Okay, this is just a different relic by the same name. In addition, each time the bearer fights, if 1 more enemy model is destroyed, you gain a miracle dice. All right, so there it is. There's the miracle dice synergy. There is the miracle dice synergy right there, and this is obviously they're open to reworking what enhancements do and putting them in different detachments, and nothing is off the table in terms of what your data sheets and points might be. Divine Guidance is a 1 CP strat. You can use in the shooting or fight phase. You can target 1 Adepta Sororitas unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, improve the AP characteristic of that attack by 1. And if 1 or more enemy models were destroyed as a result of those attacks, you gain a miracle die. Okay, so a few things here. +1 AP on command is a hell of a great rule. I'm very happy with that, especially on things like flamers, heavy flamers, hand flamers, all that stuff. Multi-melt has got an AP5s, is also niche if you're fighting that Armor of Contempt Land Raider in cover. You don't want it taking saves against you to the best of your ability. Just slam the button. But what I'm really noticing here is if 1 or more enemy models are destroyed as a result of the attack, you gain a miracle die. You know how easy it is to kill a model in Warhammer 40k? That stuff be happening literally all the time. You sneeze and the model dies. What are we talking about? AP2 Castigator, holy crap, didn't even consider that one. That's also true. Extra AP on an Exorcist, that goes a long way as well. Holy bojangle, macaroni and cheese. What are we on about? Okay. That's it. No more keep reading. I don't know if I can contain myself. So out of these, my favorite, out of what's previewed here, is my favorite is definitely the Desperate for Redemption. I am desperate for redemption. I want to be... Penitent me up, make me pay for my sins. Oh God, what is happening? Fight Undead 2+! +1 AP on Archos though for Army of Faith. I didn't consider that either. Oh my God. I really think they're doing a great job making me choose between which detachment I want to run. I need to see more of this Army of Faith detachment. I don't have the full picture of it, I'm sure. If using 2 miracle dice and like extra AP is not enough to compete with the likes of Penitent Host. Now, Penitent Host is absolutely crazy. Like crit 5s, Arc of Flagellants, to say less. And then this army rules just banana land. And then let's scroll up a tad, and we get sustained hits on command, +1 attack on command. That's nice, whatever. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It'll make a tangible difference when you're shooting orb spiders and gaunts with flamers. Sustain hits on multi-melt to use a miracle die is a real trick. Lethal hits in combat is strong. And then assault. So like these two seem solid to me. Like Bringers of Flame seems solid, Army of Faith seems solid in the same way that the Hallowed Martyrs attachment is solid. A lot of like incremental gains that add up to a lot because they're applied to a sister's army. Whereas the Penitent host seems like it's an entirely new design, build, strategy, direction for Sisters of Battle. And that's what I'm most excited for. A whole new way to play this army. Folks, that's it. That's all they got for us. They didn't give us much, but they gave us a lot to work with. So with that in mind, why don't you... What have I done here? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep trying to use this button and it just doesn't be working. I'm sorry, folks. I think we can do it though. There it is. All right. Why don't you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment because I finally got that button to work and I deserve something for that. We cannot do this content without all of your wonderful support for our channel. It means the world to us that you support our channel and we love you very, very much. So please, folks, why don't you just press subscribe? Until then, thanks so much and we'll catch you later.